Welcome back, everyone. Chris Delaney here on the call. Gallia Academy versus Vinton County. As I said a minute ago, we've got a little bit of a technical difficulty. We're trying to get straight. The scoreboard you're seeing on your screen says Gallia Academy is hosting Megs. However, that is incorrect. We'll be hosting the Vinton County Vikings this evening. I want to take a second to thank our sponsors, Braden Automotive, HT Marketing, Ohio Valley Bank, Athens Sports Cycles, for bringing this action to you guys. A wonderful thing. I talk about it every time we stream, but I think it's just a great thing to have the ability for everyone that can't make it to the game. Like I've said before, grandparents, aunts, uncles live far away, can't get to the game or have to work, whatever the case is, just not feeling well, and they get to watch on the internet, and it'll be there forever. So really great thing that they offer here from Total Media Sports. As I said earlier, Heath Champlin will be starting for Gallia Academy this evening. If you pay attention or listen to many of our broadcasts, you'll know that the MO for Heath Champlin doesn't change. He's not going to blow a lot of guys away, but he's going to throw a lot of strikes and get guys out. That's really what we need. Coming off of a bittersweet game the other night with our last opponent, Southern, tied them at 10. As a couple guys said, it was like kissing your sister. But we gave up a big lead in the top of the 7th and scored in the bottom of the 7th to send it to 8 innings. And it was tied at 10 and called to darkness, so we probably won't replay that one because it also, like tonight, is a non-conference game. And this late in the season with all the rainouts and conference reschedules we've had and other teams have had, those probably will not be made up. So we didn't win and we didn't lose. So looks like we're ready to go here for this evening's matchup. Again, around the diamond, Heath Champlin on the hill, number 41. Reese Toller, number 40, behind the dish. Playing first base, I believe, is Logan Drummond. Playing second base will be Nathan Shockey. Skipping over to third base, Maddox Delaney. The shortstop, number 30, Beckett Camden. Out there in left field, number 22, Jackson Myers. And in center field, number 34, Matthew Foster. And in your right field position, number 37, Logan Kinney. Leading off for Vinton County, number 42. That ball is hit in the air to left field. Myers giving chase. Foster under it. Makes another nice catch in the gap. I thought that ball was down. I wasn't sure who was going to get it, but Walker flies out for the first pitch of the inning. A well-hit ball, but again, a nice play out there by Matthew Foster. What else is new? He can play out there. He can roam. That's one of those positions it's not really paid a lot of attention to, but when you got a good one out there, you know you do, and that's how the case has been for us for the past few years here at Gallia Academy. First pitch to number 4, Holcomb, taken in there for a strike. Count goes to no balls and 1 strike. Champlin set. Second pitch of the at-bat, just a bit low and out. Evens the count at 1. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out here. Gallia Academy, sitting area high. A gorgeous evening for baseball tonight. Second pitch, or third pitch of the at-bat, flied to Foster. Coasts under that one. And his patented one-hand catch. No sense in using 2 hands. His dad shakes his head in disapproval. 2 down. Nice play out there. That'll bring up number 19. Fought for Vinton County. So far, so good. Gallia Academy, 2 up, 2 down here in the top of the first. First pitch taken in there for a strike. As I said, a lovely evening here, probably 65, 67 degrees, a little bit of a breeze. Second pitch popped up behind home plate and out of play. Count goes 0-2. Probably going to need some sleeves or maybe a light jacket before the game's over this evening. I always tell people once the sun goes down behind the school, it starts to get chilly, and with if this breeze sticks around, that will definitely be the case. 0-2 here. Champton deals curveball, and I don't know if that sounded like a foul ball. I'm not sure. Looks like it was just a ball. I thought it hit the bat on the way out, but it did not. So 1 ball, 2 strikes to count here to Fault. Champlin gets his sign. And that ball is lifted into left field. Excuse me, right center left gap. And 3 up, 3 down for Mr. Foster. Nice job. So with that, that'll bring the first inning, top of the first inning, to a close. No runs, no hits, nobody left for Vinton County. Your Gallia Academy Blue Devils will be coming up to bat here in just a minute.
Looking for your next vehicle? Time to bring in Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram, your trusted dealership in Gallipolis, Ohio. Whether you're cruising the highways or tackling tough terrain, Braden has the perfect Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, or Ram for you. Visit us at 252 Upper River Road, Gallipolis, Ohio, or call 740-853-5668. Braden Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram, driving Gallipolis forward.
Screen printed t-shirts, oversized signage, and more. We can help you or your business advertise and look good doing it. Zip Printing also offers logo design. Allow us to assist you in building or...
Crank it up with the Pure Rock Radio Network, your home for class.
Did you know Jackson is home to a locally owned and operated full-service print shop? Zip Printing covers all your print, signage, and design needs. From business cards, booklets, and posters to yard signs, banners, screen printed t-shirts, oversized signage, and more.
You're watching Gallia Academy Sports, presented by Braden Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram of Gallipolis.
Welcome back. Chris Delaney here at the Bob Eastman Ball Field in Gallipolis, Ohio. Centenary, Ohio, Gallia Academy High School. Bottom of the first inning here as the Vinton County Vikings went down in order in the top of the first. Channel on the hill for Vinton County. Watching him warm up. He's kind of got a herky-jerky motion. Throws a little bit harder than his counterpart, Heath Champlin. Not sure about Vinton County's record this year. I believe they're only 2-5, 2-6. Haven't had a whole lot of action today or this year. I think they've had quite a lot of rain outs. Looks like we're going to have Luke Sisson coaching first this evening. Coach Harris not here this evening. Tyler Young not playing this evening. Had a graduation for his sister, I was told. So family comes first, as always. So in his place, rather than leading off, Tyler Young will not be leading off. It'll be number 22, Jackson Myers, the junior left fielder stepping in. One of the hotter bats in the lineup for Gallia Academy. He fouls that first pitch back. A little higher than I think Coach Camden would have preferred for him to be swinging at first pitch. 0-1 to Myers from Channel. Curveball is dribbled over to Short. Short comes up, fields it clean, makes a throw. Mr. Myers beats it out. The ball gets past the first baseman. Myers turns, heads to second base. So the error on the throw by the shortstop there will put the leadoff man, Jackson Myers, on second base with nobody out. So what seemed like a routine 6-3 ground ball out gives Gallia Academy a runner in scoring position. That'll bring up number 30, the junior shortstop, Beckett Camden. The Goofy Goober himself. First pitch taken inside by Camden. Ball gets passed, but Jackson Hot Wheels Myers over there, as you heard Danny Foster call him, missed the pass ball there, but could not advance to third base. So the 1-ball count to Camden. Channel delivers, and that ball is in there for a strike. 1-1 count here to Camden. Gets his sign from his dad and head coach Corey Camden. A pitch taken for a strike, so now 1-ball, 2-strike count to Camden. You always see Beckett start to choke up when he gets 2 strikes on him here and works on putting the ball in play. That ball's down, skips, and Jackson Myers will advance on that ball. That's one of those little things that we need to work on there. You saw that first pitch that Jackson didn't see. He didn't advance, and had he done so, if that sequence of events continues that way, he could have scored there. But we are now at a 2-2 count with a runner on third for Beckett Camden. Channel deals. Pitch is high. Camden goes chopping. Third baseman fields it cleanly, makes the throw, but Camden is just about as fast as they come, and he beats that ball out. So Jackson Myers scores on the play. Beckett Camden beat that ball out. I think it was a high throw from the third baseman and pulled him up off the bag. I don't know that had he been on the bag, he would have got him, but regardless, Beckett Camden is on base, and Gallia Academy scores their first run of the game. That'll bring number 9, the first baseman, junior Logan Drummond, to the plate. Camden takes off. Ball gets by, and Beckett was getting the sign from Coach Camden to head on over to third base, but he didn't quite see it as that ball got away. So, as a result, 1-ball, no strike count to Logan Drummond. Beckett Camden now on second base. Pitch is taken just inside. 2 balls, no strikes here. 2-0 count to Drummond. That ball also high. 3-0. Catcher calls time, goes out, have a discussion, maybe get straightened on a miscommunication, or maybe just give his pitcher some time to recollect himself. He's maybe struggling a little bit. So, as good catchers do, they save coaches from having to visit the mound. I think we got things straightened out. Again, 3 balls and no strikes, nobody out here. Log Drummond at the plate. Beckett Camden leading off second. Gallia Academy up 1-0 early here in the bottom of the first inning. Jackson Myers reached on an error. Came around and scored, and 4 straight balls to Logan Drummond. So Logan Drummond is aboard first base, and Beckett still over there at second base, and that'll bring up the sophomore number 1 and the third baseman, Maddox Delaney. Pitcher checks Beckett there, who was not quite outsmarted. First pitch in the ball, taken in the dirt, taken for a ball by Delaney. Second pitch just below the knees, taken for a ball. Delaney hitting .315 on the year. 18 RBIs. And he turns on that one, pulls it right down here past the booth. And that'll run the count to 2 balls and 1 strike. 2-1 count to Delaney. Takes a ball just off the outside corner, runs the count 3-1. protects and deals a 3-1 to Delaney. That ball, not ideal 3-1 pitch to swing on there, but called nevertheless. So 3 balls, 2 strike count here to Delaney. He's going to have to swing at that one if it's there again. And that one got him on the shoulder, I believe. And once again, Maddox is hit by pitch. He likes to stand on top of that plate and get hit, and he did so once again there. I think that's his 10th hit by pitch this year. Correction, that is only his 7th, I think. So bases loaded here for Gallia Academy. Camden on third, Drummond on second, Delaney on first, and that'll bring the designated hitter, Brady Conley, to the plate. Brady Conley, also one of those hot bats in the lineup past couple weeks for Gallia Academy. Hitting .345. Got 19 hits on the year. Six RBIs. And like I said, I've already said twice, we've got 2 really hot bats in the lineup. And I'll be honest with you, everybody, if you've been following along this year, past couple weeks, everybody's hitting the ball really well, and if somebody has a bad night, somebody's right there, right after him in the lineup to get the job done. So it's been a lot of fun to watch these guys past couple weeks. So Channel gets his advice from his coach, and we're back underway here. We have a no ball, no strike count with nobody out here for Brady Conley. Like to see him get into something here. First pitch swinging, he was a little behind on it, fouled off behind first base. Nice play out there by interim first base coach Luke Sisson. Count goes 0-1. Infield at the edge of the grass for Vinton County here. Second pitch, Conley was late on that one too. Fouled off behind the Vinton County dugout. No balls, 2 strikes. 0-2 is dribbled by Conley to short, who misplays it. He comes up with the play, and it looks like his foot came off the bag, and Brady Conley's going to be safe, and Beckett Camden scores. So I think that's going to be a throwing error. That'll bring Drummond to third, Delaney to second, Conley over to first with Nathan Shockey, the junior second baseman, stepping in. So again, nobody out. Gallia Academy up 2-0 here. First pitch to Shockey is taken outside for a ball. My normal counterpart, Mr. Bob Hood's not here this evening. Not sure where he's at, but I'm sure he's having fun doing whatever he's doing. And ball gets over the head of the catcher, and Logan Drummond's going to come around and score. And ball gets by, and Delaney thought about taking off for home, but decided it's probably a good idea to not do so. And that pass ball will score, like I said, score Drummond, bring Delaney over to third, and send Mr. Conley to second. So the 2 ball, no strike count here to Nathan Shockey. Again, a lovely evening here in Gallia Academy, at Gallia Academy High School in Centenary. 2-0 is swung on by Shockey and missed. 2 balls, 1 strike. Nice change piece there, as they say. And this guy throws a little bit. He's got a little bit of a heater and then decent change up there. So that sometimes can be tough to put your nose on, and Shockey didn't like that one. Runs the count 2 balls, 2 strikes here. Nobody out. 3 in for Gallia Academy. And the 2-2 swung on and missed. A rare strikeout for Mr. Shockey this season. I believe that's only his 5th of the year. So with that, we have 1 out here in the bottom of the first inning, and that'll bring the right fielder, number 37, sophomore Logan Kinney, to the plate. First pitch to him is taken low and inside for a ball. Ball taken. Ball 2 to Kenny. Scored 5 runs on the season so far, hitting .132. 3-0 count to Kenny. Imagine he's going to be taking here. I could be wrong. And ball 4. Another walk there for the Blue Devils. So that'll load the bases once again. Bring the right-handed hitting catcher, Reese Toller, to the plate, number 40, the sophomore. Ball 1 is low and in the dirt. That pitch is in there for a strike. Evens the count at 1. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out here to Reese Toller. That pitch is dribbled foul just past the first base bag. Sounded like it came off the end of the bat there. But again, like I said a minute ago, this guy's off-speed stuff is a decent little change to his fastball. So he's getting guys out in front. When he's throwing it across, they haven't hit him very hard, but he just can't seem to find the zone. So the count goes to 1-2 to Foster, for correction to Toller. And he takes strike 3 looking on another off-speed pitch. So Toller strikes out looking. That will be the second out of the inning, and that'll bring up the senior, number 34, Matthew Foster, with the bases loaded. Delaney at third, Conley at second, and Kenny off of first base. First pitch to Foster is ripped right at the shortstop, who bobbles that one. Fields picks it up and throws over to first base in time to get Foster out by just a hair. So 3 runs on no hits with 3 left on for Gallia Academy. After 1 complete inning, Vinton County 0 and Gallia Academy 3. We'll be right back.
Looking for your next vehicle? Time to bring in Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram, your trusted dealership in Gallipolis, Ohio. Whether you're cruising the highways or tackling tough terrain, Braden has the perfect Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, or Ram for you. Visit us at 252 Upper River Road, Gallipolis, Ohio, or call 740-853-5668. Braden Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram, driving Gallipolis forward.
Boost your brand with HT Marketing. Innovative strategies and creative solutions to elevate your business. HT Marketing. Let's grow together. At Ohio Valley Bank, you're more than an account number. You're part of the community. Local service, trusted support. Ohio Valley Bank. Banking made personal.
You're watching Gallia Academy Sports, presented by Braden Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram of Gallipolis.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back once again here to Gallia Academy Bob Eastman Ballfield. Chris Delaney on the call with super special guest. He had his tardy slip with him today. Couldn't be here for the first inning, but my broadcast partner for the evening is going to be Mr. Matthew Champlin. Matt, good evening. Good to see you.
It is a good evening, Chris. Contrary to what yesterday evening was, it's been a complete 180, and we got some beautiful weather, as you said earlier. Glad we're able to get this game in tonight.
Yes, sir. The washout we had last night, the boys always like playing at Point Pleasant, but last night that inch or so of rain we got in about an hour really kind of put the damper on it, so had to cancel that one. I think I heard Coach Camden say they were really trying to get it in. I think it was their senior night last night.
Yeah, and we hate that for Point Pleasant, and obviously any Gallia Academy and Point Pleasant matchup is always a really fun game to watch no matter what level the kids are, but unfortunately the storms rolled in very expeditiously yesterday, and that tanked the game for us. But hey, the sun is shining and the breeze is blowing, and it's a beautiful night for baseball here at the bottom.
Yes, sir, it is. Thanks again, Matt, for joining me this evening. We'll take a second once again to mention our sponsors, Braden Automotive, Athens Sports Cycles, Ohio Valley Bank, HT Marketing, Zip Printing, bringing you the game this evening. So Champlin deals to start the second inning to Channel, and his first pitch is popped up in the infield. Camden taking charge at shortstop, and he'll make the play. So 1 pitch, 1 out. Number 41 on the hill. What do you know about him?
Well, I've heard of this kid before. I followed him for a couple years, about 16 and a half to be specific, and the name rings a bell. But,
yeah.
We've watched him throughout the year. He's had a pretty successful year here as a sophomore. He's efficient. Isn't the fastest pitcher in the league, but does a good job of managing the game from the bump.
Yep, and that's all we want. And that'll bring up number 22, Moore. Takes the first pitch just inside for a ball. Champion delivers and swung on and missed. Even the count at 1.
Chris, we've talked about it throughout the season. We've got a lot of young players here on this team running the ball, count to 2 and 1. But our future is bright. 2 seniors. This team's vastly made up of sophomores and juniors, so it's good to see them out here competing at this level.
Yeah, it's always one of those things. That ball's in the dirt, taking 3-1. It's one of those things where, excuse me, I don't think a lot of people, unless you pay a lot of attention to sports, you hear, well, they're a young team. They're a young team, and this is just about a perfect example of that. The 3-1 from Champlin is taken in there for a strike. That there's not a whole lot of varsity experience out here. Beckett Camden and Logan Drummond played quite a bit.
Yeah, and it's nice to see all these guys get the experience this year, and hopefully this team can grow as the years go by, because they are, and we've talked about this often, there's no real superstars on this team, but there's a lot of athletic talent.
Right, exactly. Just about every one of these kids, you can stick them in just about any position out here, and they can play it.
That's fact. That is fact. So the 3-2. Grounded.
Right through the wickets. So a tailor-made ground ball there for Delaney at third, and he stayed up on it, didn't pop down quick enough, and that ball go right through his legs, and that'll be an error on him, and that will put Moore aboard.
And you could see the frustration on Delaney's face. He absolutely knows what he did there, and I think he'll clean himself up and not repeat that error.
Well, you like to think so, but hey, they're kids. They make mistakes, and like we just touched on, this is a young team, so they'll have to work on that. The first pitch to number 11, Oosley, is flied to center, and it dropped in there for a hit, but Moore was caught in no man's land. That's one of those tough balls. He thought Foster was going to come up and make the play, and it dropped in front of him, and either way, that's a tough ball, and somebody's probably going to be out on it, and it just happened to be Moore.
Yeah, and I think Foster thought he had that play made, but he did a really good job once he realized he couldn't get to it, pulled up, and still was able to get the out at second base.
So 2 outs now, and that'll bring number 6, Elliott, to the plate, the designated here. Oosley off first, pretty good lead over there. And Elliott flies to, guess who, Mr. One-Handed Catch, Matthew Foster, out there in center field. So no runs on 1 error and 1 left on for Vinton County. So after 1.5 here at Gallia Academy High School, Vinton County 0 and Gallia Academy 3. We'll be right back.
Looking for your next vehicle? Time to bring in Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram, your trusted dealership in Gallipolis, Ohio. Whether you're cruising the highways or tackling tough terrain, Braden has the perfect Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, or Ram for you. Visit us at 252 Upper River Road, Gallipolis, Ohio, or call 740-853-5668. Braden Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram, driving Gallipolis forward.
Crank it up with the Pure Rock Radio Network, your home for classic rock that really rocks. Tune in to Pure Rock 105, Pure Rock 99.5, and now Pure Rock 98.7 for the greatest hits, local sports action, and Porter's Place featuring me, Porterhouse, comedian Jay Stein, the funny guy, and the HR chick, Tanya Hatton. From Bobcats football and basketball to unbeatable giveaways, we've got your back. Pure Rock Radio Network, where local voices meet legendary rock. Pure Rock 105, Pure Rock 99.5, and Pure Rock 98.7. Turn it up.
You're watching Gallia Academy Sports, presented by Braden Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram of Gallipolis.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back. Chris Delaney, Matt Champlin here on the call. Gallia Academy High School, where the Gallia Academy Blue Devils baseball team is hosting the Vinton County Vikings baseball team. Non-conference matchup. Bottom of the second inning here, number 22 Jackson Myers leading off for Gallia Academy. And he rips the first pitch he sees right back up the box into center field for a base hit. So, Matt, I touched on before the game, and as he stepped in the box for first at bat, that he's got just about the hottest bat on the team.
Absolutely, and I was actually talking to Jackson's dad before I came over here, and he was a little bit nervous about seeing him hitting that leadoff spot. But Jackson has been on fire. He's been getting on base, and obviously he's a fast kid, so that's absolutely the type of person you want to see get on base right out of the gate, somebody that can get some extra base movement going.
Mm-hmm, exactly. Channel checks Myers, who he thought was a little too far off the bag, but Myers got back easily. And that will bring number 30, Beckett Camden, to the box. Myers takes off for the first pitch. The throw was there, but it skipped and got away. So Myers steals second base. That'll put him on second base.
Myers, a good jump off that pitch. He was ready for it and didn't waste any time getting off the ground there.
So the 1-0 count to Camden here with Myers off second base. Camden rips that ball through the infield and into left field, and Myers will hold at third, and Beckett Camden will be on first base. So runners on the corners.
You know, Chris, this feels like a different Gallia Academy team that we watched earlier in the year. These last 3 or 4 games, they've really come out hitting hard and doing some good base running, jumping out early, contrary to what we used to see, which was playing from behind pretty much all the time.
Yeah, that's I touched on that a little bit, that it's just a completely different team, like you said, and they're starting to put things together and play as a team a whole lot better. As the first pitch to Drummond, he's taken in there for a ball, while Camden steals second base, and Jackson Myers scurries back to third, and he was safe. So runners on second and third here.
Another, like we've talked about previously in other games, another good bat at the plate with guys on second and third in scoring position with no outs.
And that ball is taken just outside. 2 balls, no strikes for Drummond.
You know, Vinton County looked last inning like they were going to come out and jump into this game off that error, but they just couldn't get things rolling. So, be interesting to see if Gallia Academy can put some more runs on the board here and get some insurance.
3-0 count here to Drummond, who is batting .210 on the year. 3 balls, no strikes, nobody out here. Bottom of the second inning. Gallia Academy leading 3-0 over Vinton County. Beckett Camden on second base. Jackson Myers leads off third. Drummond taking all the way, and he gets ball 4 high. So that'll load the bases and bring up Mr. Man, Maddox Delaney, to the plate, the sophomore third baseman. Had an error last inning, and not to bring it up to rub it in, but he's probably looking to try and make up for it here and get a good pitch to hit. So
probably a little chip on his shoulder.
First pitch is taken in there for a strike. The 0-1 count. Ball 1. And Delaney gets hit once again. So, as I said, the first time he got hit, he stands up there on top of the plate and gets hit a lot. So, he's on base, and you can say that about him. And that'll load the bases once again for number 12, the designated hitter, Brady Conley. Another one of those bats I touched on earlier, Matt, that has just really turned it on the past couple weeks.
Yeah, absolutely. As that looks like we're going to have a pitching change here for Vinton County. Brady Connolly's been pretty consistent throughout the year. Brady hits the ball hard. He's a meticulous hitter, and he's a good one in a position like this where you've got runners on bases. He's one you can depend on. Make some pretty good contact and drive some of these runners around and get some scores.
So with that, Vinton County is making a pitching change. We'll get a little more information from that. We're going to step aside while he warms up, and we will be right back.
Did you know Jackson is home to a locally owned and operated full-service print shop? Zip Printing covers all your print, signage, and design needs. From business cards, booklets, and posters to yard signs, banners, screen-printed
And he responded to that line drive right back up the middle perfectly. He knew where he needed to go to execute that play, as did the catcher, and that was a very well-executed double play ball.
Yes, it was. Very well played. So that'll bring Shockey to the plate with 2 outs here. Drummond off third, Delaney off second. And Shockey's first pitch is fouled back, out of play. Count goes to 0-1.
Holcomb comes set. Brings the count to 1-1 on Shockey.
Apologize again if there's feedback in these mics too. We got a little bit of a breeze picking up here. I don't know if you can catch the flag in the stream or not, but starting to blow from the third base side of the infield, blowing across with a decent little breeze. So you might pick that up in our mics. So just bear with us. The 2-1 to Shockey. A little spinner, spins right down in the bucket, and is taken for a strike. Pretty good pitch to hit there, Matt.
Absolutely. That's one of those that you just want to wait on and jump all over. That's got a ton of potential, especially with 2 outs and 2 runners on.
2-2 is fouled just in front of the Gallia Academy dugout. Count stays even. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs.
Good
1
job.
run in here for Gallia Academy.
Good job there by Shockey to stay alive in the batter's box. This is a very valuable at-bat.
That ball is about 2 feet shy of the plate. A nice block there by the catcher to save a run. Logan Drummond, who you've talked about having that baseball IQ, Matt, he was all over that one and ready to score.
Absolutely. Logan doesn't hesitate. He's always got his mind locked in on the game, and he was reading that ball and ready to go. Luckily, the catcher for Vinton County did a great job of blocking.
Pitcher there keeping an eye on Mr. Delaney out at second base. Nothing doing, though. So Shockey's in the box, hitting .207 this year. And draws a walk right there, and that'll bring up the right fielder, number 37, Logan Kinney. Bases loaded here, 2 outs for Logan. Drummond on third, Delaney strolling off of second. Shockey taking off all his equipment to give to Coach Luke Sisson. First pitch to Kinney. Just a bit outside. Ball 1.
And Kenny's been in several of these tight, important situations throughout this season, and he's had a potential to come up big for us several times. So let's see if he can capitalize off of it here at this at-bat.
That ball gets by, and Drummond's going to score. It's going to send Delaney to third, and Shockey up to second base. So I'm fairly certain that would be an RBI for Logan Kinney. Is it not scored an RBI on a pass ball?
I believe it is.
So good job, Logan Kinney.
And he was directing traffic there, making sure Logan Drummond made it in. So he earned that credit, Chris.
And he held off on that one, looks like. Ball 3 to Logan Kinney. Sometimes you see a situation where guys get in the box, and if a pitcher starts to struggle, guys get frustrated because they can't hit. They get up there and they don't want to walk, Coach. They want to hit it over the fence every time.
Yeah, and it's important to stay disciplined, especially in situations like this, because we need base runners, and at the high school level, every base runner is a potential to score, and we need you on. We need you on whether it's a walk or a hit.
The 2-1 to Kenny. Last pitch taken for a strike. That ball's in the dirt, and that must have been ball 4. So, well, let's see here.
A little bit of confusion on the field.
Logan's struggling. He's a sharp kid, but sometimes he struggles to count to 4, apparently. So that'll run the count to 3 balls and 1 strike. Bless his heart. We love him.
That's okay. He didn't want the walk anyway.
That's right. He would much rather hit that, knock the scoreboard over. So 3-1 count here to Logan Kenny. And he takes in there for a strike. So runs the count full. 3 balls, 2 strikes, and 2 outs here. Runners will not be in motion. There's nobody on first base. So Shockey off second, Delaney off third. Ooh, and strike 3 taken on just the corner there by Logan Kenny. So that'll do it for Gallia Academy in the second. 1 run on 2 hits with 2 men left on base. After 2 complete innings, Gallia Academy leads Vinton County 5-0. And we will be right back.
Looking for your next vehicle? Time to bring in Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram, your trusted dealership in Gallipolis, Ohio. Whether you're cruising the highways or tackling tough terrain, Braden has the perfect Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, or Ram for you. Visit us at 252 Upper River Road, Gallipolis, Ohio, or call 740-853-5668. Braden Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram, driving Gallipolis forward.
Did you know Jackson is home to a locally owned and operated full-service print shop? Zip Printing covers all your print, signage, and design needs. From business cards, booklets, and posters to yard signs, banners, screen-printed t-shirts, oversized signage, and more. We can help you or your business advertise and look good doing it. Zip Printing also offers logo design. Allow us to assist you in building or elevating your brand today. Zip Printing is located in the Stockmeister Plaza at 708 East Main Street in Jackson, Ohio. So stop in or give us a call at 740-286-3023.
You're watching Gallia Academy Sports, presented by Braden Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram of Gallipolis.
Welcome back. Chris Delaney, Matt Champlin on the call here. Gallia Academy versus Vinton County in a Southern Ohio baseball matchup. Once again, a lovely evening here. Little breeze, light breeze, cool weather. Great day to be playing just about anything, especially baseball here in the springtime, with especially all the rain we've had this spring, Matt.
Absolutely. I'll steal the mantra of the great Pittsburgh Penguins play-by-play commentator Mike Lang. It's a great day for baseball.
Well, I don't think anybody's expecting a Pittsburgh hockey reference this evening here, but we'll take it.
Hey, there's your education for the night, Chris. Mike Lang passed away this last year. He's one of the greatest commentators in all of sports, and a lot of one-liners. I'll have to send you a YouTube link later because he'll be one you'd appreciate.
Well, I'm all for it. Basically, the only thing I know about hockey, Matt, it's cold and it's played on the ice.
And they use a little rubber thing called a puck, right?
A puck,
Yeah,
yes.
Yeah.
It always reminded me of one of those Hostess ding-dongs. Those delicious little Hostess ding-dongs.
I'm more of a Twinkie guy.
Okay.
Myself, Chris.
I don't discriminate against any Hostess or Little Debbie cakes. I'll eat them all.
They all go down pretty easy.
I don't know if you've had this the chocolate-covered peanut butter cream cookie thing.
I can't say that.
Oh, my good gracious. You need to go find one right after this broadcast,
Well,
Mr. Champlin.
Absolutely.
Number 3 to the plate here for Vinton County is Brown. First pitch from Champlin, taken low for a ball. So Champlin in his third inning of work, starts his third inning of work. Fans still trickling into the ballpark this evening. A lot of traffic coming in. Long walk here for some if they don't pay for parking. But
Shuttle services are down this evening. So everybody's got
The
a
1-0
target.
taken in there by Brown. Runs the count to 2 balls and no strikes. That pitch is dribbled over to Delaney, who can't quite come up with that one. So maybe some English on that one and took a bad hop on him. We'll cut him some slack on that one. But regardless, I believe that'll be his second error of the evening, and those are the only 2 Vinton County Vikings to reach were by way of the error by Mr. Delaney himself. So
looks to be adjusting his glove there. Maybe there were some problems with the leather on that play, but I'm sure he'll be right back in.
looks like maybe somebody played a trick on him and put a spring on it. That ball just hopped right out of it.
That could be. It could be, Chris.
Bring up Clark, who hits the ball in the center field. Foster coming in on it, makes a nice play. Thought about making a bad decision, thought better of it, and throws the ball into Mr. Camden. And with that, there is a 1 down here. And that will bring Vinton County back to the top of the lineup, I believe. That will bring Jackson Walker, the left fielder, number 42, to the plate. Walker flied out to Foster in his first at-bat.
Matthew Foster seems to be getting quite a bit of activity out there in center field tonight. Does a really good job. Good glove, good cannon of an arm.
Yeah, one of those things, another one we talked about in the first half of the year, he had some struggles out there, but he's really come on strong.
Yep, absolutely has. Good, clean play for him out there.
First pitch taken in there by Walker for a strike. No balls, 1 strike. Brown off first. Walker at the bat. Decent lead there for Brown. Ball taken low for a ball. 1 ball, 1 strike.
Good job by Reese Toller to dig that one out, or Brown would have been making his way down to second base.
Yeah, he's got a pretty good lead over there. I wouldn't be surprised if he thinks about checking him if he gets another step. 1-1 is drilled right at Delaney, who makes the play and then makes another error. So he throws that one away for whatever reason. I try not to be too harsh on him, Matthew, but sometimes it just comes out. He made a nice play on the line drive and thought he could double Brown off of first base because he had a little bit of a lead, but he sailed that one over the first baseman, Logan Drummond's head, and he didn't even have an opportunity to make a play on it. So that error will be the second out, but it will send Brown to second base, and that will bring Holcomb to the plate, the current pitcher.
Yeah, Delaney's usually a pretty confident baseball player out here at third base, but he's had a couple struggles tonight, and I can tell by looking at him that he's talking himself through that. I'm sure he's going to get himself settled back down and right back into this game. No worries.
Yeah, the errors are part of the game. We always talk about these are kids playing a game, and they're going to mess up. So
that's absolutely correct, Chris.
The 0-1 is flied in the air, and Myers is coming in. Camden going back and makes a nice over-the-shoulder catch for the third out. Wasn't sure if Foster was going to get to it or Camden was going to get to it, but Camden had a better read on it, I think, so he took the play, makes a nice over-the-shoulder the catch. So no runs on 2 errors, I believe. 1 left on for Vinton County. So after 2.5 innings here at Gallia Academy High School, Gallia Academy 5 and Vinton County 0. We'll be right back.
Looking for your next vehicle? Time to bring in Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram, your trusted dealership in Gallipolis, Ohio. Whether you're cruising the highways or tackling tough terrain, Braden has the perfect Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, or Ram for you. Visit us at 252 Upper River Road, Gallipolis, Ohio, or call 740-853-5668. Braden Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram, driving Gallipolis forward.
Ready for a movie night? Head to Silver Screen 7 in Gallipolis. With 7 screens showcasing the latest blockbusters and fan favorites, there's something for everyone. Enjoy comfy seats, affordable tickets, and fresh buttery popcorn that hits the spot. Located at 1284 Jackson Pike, it's your local destination for cinematic fun. Check showtimes and buy tickets at silverscreen7.com or follow us on Facebook. Silver Screen 7, where Gallipolis comes to watch. You're watching Gallia Academy Sports, presented by Braden Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram of Gallipolis.
Welcome back. Chris Delaney, Matthew Champlin on the call here at Gallia Academy baseball field, the Bob Eastman ball field. Gallia Academy got a 5-0 lead right now after 2.5 innings, coming up to bat in the bottom of the third. Gallia Academy is going to have Toller leading off.
Reese Toller's one of those that when Reese hits the ball, he's usually a good contact hitter, drives the ball hard, and he's got some good wheels there. So let's see what he can do for us.
First pitch taken for a ball. We've talked about it a couple times, Matt. He and Logan Kinney sharing those catching responsibilities. That's a tough job to have to do that and try and keep your at-bats and stay in rhythm at the plate.
Yeah, it is, absolutely, and we've talked about it before. Two excellent catchers, both bring a little bit of a different flair. It's nice that we've got that versatility and can intermingle them, but you're right. Cuts down on their at-bats and affects their batting average.
2 balls, no strikes here to Toller. Holcomb deals, and it's a ball under the armpits. 3 balls, no strikes. 6:23 currently here at Gallia Academy High School, Bob Eastman ball field. 4 straight to Mr. Toller, who's now aboard with a leadoff walk.
Holcomb struggling just a little bit with that first batter, and that's what we've talked about for years now, Chris. You never want to see a leadoff walk. That's painful.
Yep. There's nothing that haunts my sleep and haunts my dreams more than a leadoff walk when we used to coach these guys, and I would complain and complain and complain. You know what, Matt? They would still walk them. So apparently, I don't know why I was losing sleep.
Yeah, maybe.
Foster, first pitch, takes for a ball just off the plate.
You know how kids are. Sometimes they hear you talking and they just want to prove you wrong.
Mm-hmm. As I said, Foster, 1 ball, no strike count. Toller leading off first. Fakes the steal. Foster takes a pitch in there for a strike. 1-1. One delivered to Foster, who hits the ball backside to the second baseman, who makes a play, comes up, makes the throw. Foster beat the ball out. The ball gets away to the Vinton County dugout. That'll send Reese Toller to third base and Matthew Foster over to second base.
Yeah, Reese Toller got a great jump off that ball, Chris, and I think that played into the head of the second baseman a little bit, caused him to bobble that ball, but that is baseball. You got to keep your focus, and Reese did a good job of capitalizing on that, as well as giving himself an advantage to not allow him to get thrown out there at second.
That'll bring Jackson Myers, the leadoff guy for Gallia Academy this evening, stepping in the leadoff role Tyler Young usually has, but Myers 2 for 2, I believe, or did he get walked? Myers swings through that pitch.
Interesting little play. Matthew Foster there at second base had a huge lead. Nobody was covering the bag, but we had the center fielder creeping in. Just about caught him sleeping there.
Ball taken outside, 2-1 count. Jackson Myers currently hitting .347 on the season. As I said, past couple weeks he has been red. There are flames coming off that bat, Matthew.
Yeah, absolutely. Jackson's a very disciplined player, and he's been hot here lately.
Foul ball off his foot. You hate to see that. Runs the count even. 2 balls, 2 strikes to Mr. Myers. Wonder if he's in relation to Michael Myers.
Well,
the serial killer from Haddonfield, Illinois.
I will say this about Jackson. He's a pretty gritty, and we watch him play on the soccer field, pretty aggressive player. So there might be some bloodlines there.
Yeah, he never quits. That's right. Michael never quit either.
Could have some lineage there.
Watched a couple documentaries about him. Ball taken just off the plate by Myers. 3 balls, 2 strikes.
Vinton County center fielder sneaking in there on Foster. They're trying to get tricky, and if we're not careful, they might capitalize.
You would love to see Myers get into one, just rip it over his head. 3-2 here. And he hits it back at the shortstop, fields that one clean, comes up throwing, and got Myers at first base, but Reese Toller will score. So an RBI ground out there for Jackson Myers. So again, maybe not get a hit here, but another RBI, and he just keeps on hitting and keeps on hitting.
Yeah, and he hit that ball hard into the hole. The shortstop did a fantastic job fielding that ball clean and making a good throw over to first, and the first baseman an excellent stretch to get in there and get that out.
So one down now. Foster off third, brings Beckett Camden to the box. Takes for a ball, first pitch outside. Beckett hitting .417 on the year. On base percentage is .486.
Those are some pretty good numbers, Chris.
Leading the team in hits, and there's another one. That was his 26th hit of the year, and that'll bring Matthew Foster in from third and Beckett Camden with a one-out RBI base hit. And with that, it'll bring Logan Drummond to the plate, the junior first baseman today. As I said earlier, Brady Conley usually plays the first base position, but he's DHing this evening. Got a couple shuffles away that a little different from what we're used to seeing, Matt.
Yeah, absolutely, Chris. The nice thing about this team, and we talked about this earlier, is the interchangeable ability of all these kids on the field. And we've seen them all play for years. We've seen them all play all the positions, and that's a great compliment. Pass ball thrown from the catcher down to first base. Beckett Camden will advance to second.
And a little thing there that you don't catch a lot of, when Beckett was on first base last time, the ball got by, he was stealing. He probably could have rounded second and headed to third, but he didn't pick up Coach Camden. And that time when the ball got by, he snapped his head around and picked his coach up immediately. So those are little things you like to see.
Yep, absolutely. Learn from our mistakes, clean them up, and move on.
And Drummond ground ball to short in the hole. He can't quite come up with it. Camden over to third and Drummond on to first base. So Drummond on with what may be an error. I'm not sure if they'll score that one an error or not. It was in the hole, but it'll be a hit for him, and he's got 16 RBIs on the year. I was trying to get that in. That'll bring up Delaney, who's been hit twice today. So runners on the corners for Delaney with one out here. See if he can get in the hit column here. Holcomb steps off.
Gallia Academy doing a great job of running the bases tonight, being very smart, very clean.
I think Delaney missed a sign there. Coach Camden reminded him of such. And he swings through that one. 1 ball, 1 strike. One thing we would always ask him, Coach, was that your best effort on that swing?
Yeah, absolutely.
Center fielder creeping in again. Delaney takes for a ball outside. 2-1 count here to Delaney. Bottom of the third inning. That ball gets by, and it's going to score Beckett Camden from third base, and that'll bring Logan Drummond over to third.
Holcomb looks like a really good pitcher out here, but he looks like he's starting to struggle
Yep.
now in his second inning. He's already at 35 pitches.
So 2-1 count here to Delaney. 3 runners in this inning for Gallia Academy with one more at third. They're threatening here. And Delaney fouls that ball off. Evens the count at 2. 2 balls, 2 strikes here. This is a spot where you'd like to see Delaney choke up, like we've mentioned, Coach, and just put the ball in play here.
Yep, as we've said for years. First 2 are for you, the last one's for your team. Let's put this ball in play. We don't need anything over the fence.
And they got him. The little curveball is bending right down in there, and it was a little outside. I don't think Delaney was expecting it, and he'll be the second out of the inning. That'll bring up Brady Conley, number 12. Drummond off third. That ball's high, taken for a ball.
You know, Coach Camden's got to be real happy with his team's performance so far tonight. I know we've talked about a couple errors, but as tough as it was at the beginning of the season, we're hitting well tonight, fielding well, pitching well, all the way around.
Every facet of the game, they say, we have improved tremendously from the first half of the year.
Yes, yes.
And this is one of those games too, Coach, where you get big, you get ahead, you get a nice lead, and you start to get maybe a little lackadaisical because that ball's going to be hit over the third baseman's head, fair ball, and that's going to score Drummond. So Brady Conley with a base hit to score another Blue Devil runner.
Nice whack right down the line, Chris.
Yeah, that's just about as good as you can do. So nice job there for Mr. Conley. That will bring number 11, the junior Nathan Shockey, to the dish. But as I was saying, Coach, this is one of those games where it's tough. You get a lead, and you try and stay in the game. You try not to get complacent, and it's tough for both teams. As you know, and this year we've been on both ends of it, and we've been on both ends of it, in previous years with the kids bringing them up, and it's hard to keep their focus here. So.
For sure. For sure, and for Gallia Academy, you don't want to lose that focus because they've been playing pretty hot lately, and the last thing you want to do is get up 8-9 runs and then start playing sloppy because that will usually transfer to your next game. So best thing to do is a strong finish here, put the nail in the coffin, and walk away with the dub.
First pitch taken by Shockey. Gallia Academy does go back on the road tomorrow. The varsity and the JV are playing at Colgrove. My understanding is the varsity game will start at 11, and the JV game will be foul ball by Shockey. Will be right after. So, as you know, the road games will not be not be broadcast. I believe they will be once the end of the season tournament begins. But until then, we'll just be broadcasting the home Blue Devil games. Ball taken by Shockey in the dirt. Runs a count, 2 balls, 1 strike. Gallia Academy up comfortably right now. Bottom of the third inning, 9-0 over Vinton County. Ball low, taken in there. Catcher throws behind Mr. Conley at first base, but is unable to get him. The jungle cat-like reflexes shown there by Mr. Conley.
Like a leopard in the wild, Chris.
Carrying a big dinner up the tree. That ball is lifted in behind second base. And I think, that got down. That's a tough ball there with the sun in his eyes and going back on it. Just kind of an awkward position for that ball. One of those no-man land plays. But Mr. Shockey says, I'll take the base hit either way. So runners on first and second here with 2 outs. And Mr. Kinney, Logan Kinney, number 37, to the plate.
Yeah, absolutely. You had your right fielder, center fielder, and second baseman all trying to converge on that, and unfortunately it was just out of arm's length for all 3 of them.
Two down here. Bottom half of the third inning for Gallia Academy. Conley off second. Ball gets by under the catcher. Conley takes off to third, and he steals that base. Shockey goes to second. Ball gets by, but Mr. Conley says, nope, that's plenty for me. I only want to run 90 feet.
Sometimes it's better to be conservative and be too aggressive.
That's right. As we said, at Jungle Cat, you don't want to lose up all your energy. You got to keep some energy.
That's right. That's right.
In case we get a pass ball here. Ball taken in there for a strike. Evens the count at 1 to Kinney. 1 ball, 1 strike, 2 outs. Bottom of the third here. Gallia Academy High School. Lovely Friday evening. And that ball is hit by Kinney up the middle. The second baseman fields it, makes a throw. Not quite in time, so Conley will score. Kinney will be safe on the base hit there.
And that was a fantastic job by the second baseman for Vinton County. He went deep in the hole to dig that out, made a transitional throw there, and almost got him out. So great effort there.
Yep, not quite quick enough. That'll put Shockey at third, Kinney over to first base, and bring Reese Toller back up to plate. So we bat around, I believe.
Yeah.
Reese Toller was the leadoff. So
good inning.
Anytime one of our guys bats twice in one inning, you know we're doing something right.
That's right.
Kinney with a big lead over there at first base. Holcomb, the pitcher, says, it's a little too far for me. Ball taken outside and low by Toller. 1 ball, 1 strike count.
You go tell my dad to get yellow rocks, okay? There are yellow, but there are no yellow.
1-0 count to Toller. He's taken in there for a strike. So Conley takes off. Reese Toller swings and fouls it off just behind, just out of play by the third base bag. Sends the count 1-2. Mr. Shockey over there at third, leaning off. Reese Toller reaches out for a dribbler with 2 strikes just to keep it alive. We've seen 2 or 3 guys get punched out on that short curveball, Matthew.
Sure have. Holcomb has caught several of them looking, and looks like Toller's paying real close attention to that and trying not to be the next victim.
1-2 count here to Toller. And swings and comes up short. That ball was in the dirt. That'll be the 3rd out. So after the 3rd inning, I think we had 2 hits there.
2 hits, yep.
5 runs on 2 hits, 2 men left on. And after 3 complete innings, it's Gallia Academy 10 and Vinton County zilch. We'll be right back.
Looking for your next vehicle? Time to bring in Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram, your trusted dealership in Gallipolis, Ohio. Whether you're cruising the highways or tackling tough terrain, Braden has the perfect Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, or Ram for you. Visit us at 252 Upper River Road, Gallipolis, Ohio, or call 740-853-5668. Braden Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram, driving Gallipolis forward.
Boost your brand with HT Marketing. Innovative strategies and creative solutions to elevate your business. HT Marketing. Let's grow together. At Ohio Valley Bank, you're more than an account number. You're part of the community. Local service, trusted support. Ohio Valley Bank. Banking made personal.
You're watching Gallia Academy Sports, presented by Braden Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram of Gallipolis.
Welcome back to Gallia Academy High School at the Robert H. Bob Eastman Ball Field. Gallia Academy taking on Vinton County here. We are in the top of the 4th inning. Gallia Academy leading 10-0. Heath Champlin on the mound for the Blue Devils. We had a position change, a substitution at third base. Number 6 in for number 1. Number 6 being David Champlin replacing Maddox Delaney. So great night here at Gallia Academy for some high school baseball. Nice little breeze going. The sun is shining as opposed to last night when it was thunder and lightning. So we're happy to be back here with you. Hope you're enjoying the broadcast tonight, and hope you'll stay with us for the duration. Gallia Academy has had a pretty good week. Game earlier this week ended in a tie due to darkness. But Gallia Academy's been playing a whole lot stronger here these last couple of weeks. They struggled a little bit earlier in the season, and they've started to clean up some mistakes, and they've been playing some competitive baseball. So, again, great night here at Gallia Academy. Glad you're with us. If you're watching from home, we appreciate you tuning in. We want to thank Braden Automotive here in Gallipolis, Ohio, for sponsoring the broadcast tonight. It's a great benefit to be able to have Braden Automotive sponsor these broadcasts for those here locally that aren't able to make it out to the ball field, or those who live out of town and just enjoy tuning into Gallia Academy baseball. So we appreciate them. As Vinton County prepares to take the batter's box here in the top of the 4th. Again, Gallia Academy leading 10-0. Having a pretty efficient game, hitting the ball really well tonight. Heath Champlin on the mound doing a good job. in the pitching duties. He's still under 50 pitches through 4 innings, which is right at 50 pitches. So here comes his delivery. First pitch is in the dirt for ball 1. Champlin comes set here on the mound, getting ready to deliver his second offering. And that ball is inside for ball 2, running a count to 2-0. Third offering coming up. Champlin's dug himself into a little bit of a hole now. Here it's 3 balls, no strikes. And there's a strike. First strike on the board for Champlin. 3 balls, 1 strike. Again, Gallia Academy up 10 over Vinton 0. Foul ball. Runs the count full. 3 balls, 2 strikes. And the 3-2 pitch is on its way. Ball 4. And I believe that might be Champlin's first walk of the night. It's pretty painful when you walk that leadoff batter. Now he's in a position where he's got to work himself back out of this. Champlin now going from the stretch. Runner on first, no outs. First pitch, strike. And that is a fly ball down the first base line. Looks like it's going to be out of play. Welcome back, Chris.
Oh, thanks. Glad to be here. Glad to be here. What'd I miss? Anything good?
Well, you walked away and we had a leadoff walk.
Oh, well, we'll have that sometimes. Looks like we're up 0-2 to this guy, though, so.
Just had to get those 4th inning jitters.
That's okay. We're on ball. Go ahead.
Ground ball back to the pitcher and a double play.
A really nice play there by Heath coming in. The dribbler, hot shot right back at him, turned, quick turn to second base, fielded cleanly by Beckett Camden at short and thrown over to Logan Drummond. A spectacular 1-6-3 double play there.
Absolutely, and that's what you do as a pitcher. You dig yourself in a hole and walk that first batter, and you don't want him there, so you just take him out yourself.
And we'll take that just the same. Little PFP. Maybe just walked him so he could get a chance to turn a double play.
Want a little bit more fielding action than just strikeouts.
That'll bring number 22, Moore, the shortstop, to the plate. He's 0 for 1 today. First pitch in there by Moore's fly just behind shortstop. Camden makes the play. So just like that, from a little, Vinton County was cooking just a little bit, but we put that fire out thanks to Mr. Heath Champlin. So no runs on 1 walk. Nobody left on base after 4.5 innings of play. Gallia Academy 10 and Vinton County 0.
Looking for your next vehicle? Time to bring in Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram, your trusted dealership in Gallipolis, Ohio. Whether you're cruising the highways or tackling tough terrain, Braden has the perfect Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, or Ram for you. Visit us at 252 Upper River Road, Gallipolis, Ohio, or call 740-853-5668. Braden Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram, driving Gallipolis forward.
Crank it up with the Pure Rock Radio Network, your home for classic rock that really rocks. Tune in to Pure Rock 105, Pure Rock 99.5, and now Pure Rock 98.7 for the greatest hits, local sports action, and Porter's Place featuring me, Porterhouse, comedian Jay Stein, the funny guy, and the HR chick, Tanya Hatton. From Bobcats football and basketball to unbeatable giveaways, we've got your back. Pure Rock Radio Network, where local voices meet legendary rock. Pure Rock 105, Pure Rock 99.5, and Pure Rock 98.7. Turn it up.
You're watching Gallia Academy Sports, presented by Braden Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram of Gallipolis.
Hello, everyone. Welcome back. Chris Delaney, Matt. At Gallia Academy, Bob Eastman ball field. Bottom of the fourth inning. Gallia Academy leads 10-0 currently over Vinton County. Take a second to thank once again for our sponsors, Braden Automotive, Ohio Valley Bank, Silver Screen 7, Athens Sports Cycle, Zip Printing, HT Marketing for their sponsorship.
Really great to have these sponsors, Chris, to be able to broadcast these games. Like I was talking earlier, well, you had a little bit of a sabbatical. It's really great for folks around the region to be able to pick up and watch these games, or family and friends who live out of town. This is a great benefit. So huge shout out to our sponsors. We really appreciate the ability to come out here and showcase these young men's athletic abilities.
Leading off for Gallia Academy, the senior Matthew Foster. I'll tell you, Matt, one other thing you notice being out here in the country is there's a lot of smells, a lot of fresh air smells out in the air being out here in the country, and it just makes you appreciate being out here even more.
It is, Chris, and you know, we've traveled a lot of ball fields over the years, and I think Gallia Academy's got one of the most beautiful scenic views here. You know, again, we all know I'm a Pittsburgh fan, and PNC Park has some of the best views in all the land, but
base hit there by Foster into right field. Not to interrupt you there, but and Foster takes off to second. Pitcher throws to second and not going to be in time. So Foster is aboard. Had the base hit, then advanced on the air.
Like we talked about last game, we've got the cows moving in on the top of the hill. They enjoy some baseball here at Gallia Academy too. So usually we can see some wildlife, some cows and some deer and some turkeys. So what better of a scenic look here than at Gallia Academy High School.
You know, I was just thinking as I was coming back from my break there, when I was walking past, I saw our chairs set up looking out on the field. It's just such a great view from there to see the hills like you talked about. It really is a really pretty place to watch a baseball game.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is, Chris.
So we've got a substitution here. Looks like Luke Sisson's going to be batting for Jackson Myers. So they trade batting helmets, and now Jackson has the construction helmet on over there at first base, and Luke Sisson grabs a batting helmet and a bat.
Yeah, it's great to see Luke out here. Luke is a junior that plays baseball and soccer. Luke is a great kid, and we love having him as a part of this organization.
Ball gets by. Foster over to third. So Luke's got 5 at-bats this year. He's unfortunately yet to record a hit. He has scored a couple runs for us in pinch run situations. So it's a good sign when you got all these guys that you can bring off the bench and they step up and do their job when asked to.
Yeah, and Luke is a infectious type of young man. You know, he's the type of kid you want in your locker room. He loves everybody and builds everybody up. So love seeing him out here playing some ball and getting this at-bat.
So he's currently got a 2-0 count here from Holcomb, who steps off and throws over to Foster. Check Foster at third, but he was able to get head first slide back into third base safely.
I think Holcomb just wanted to make sure Foster wasn't sleeping over here on him, and luckily he was not.
That ball taken in there for a strike by Luke. 2 balls, 1 strike here. Matthew, played any golf lately?
Chris, I have not. My my golfing partner, he's moved on with life, and he's a busy guy. He gets more reps than I do. So, but I'm sure I'll make it out some after. You know, we've got a busy couple weeks with graduation, and then maybe I'll take some time to hit the course.
You know, as they say, regardless of And that ball is taken, ball 4 by Sisson, and that's going to score Matthew Foster on the pass ball. You got to make time for yourself. You know, people get a lot of stress, a lot of stuff in their lives, especially a guy like you has a lot on his plate. It's really important that you get away and just kind of de-stress a little bit. And that's what I like to do. I like to play golf and do a little bit of fishing. So
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Everybody needs a little me time.
So we've got nobody out here. 1 run in for Gallia Academy. Luke Sisson off first base. Beckett Camden in the box. And he takes first pitch for a strike.
Beckett's been hitting the ball really well tonight, and obviously we've talked about his consistency throughout the year. I think you said he had 26 or 27 hits throughout this year, and he's one of those go-to guys you can count on in tough situations as he pops this one
Ball's
up.
popped up right on cue. Second baseman moving over. Can't quite make the play, and he'll just tag Luke Sisson out. So I believe that would be not an error. I don't know how we'd score that.
I'm not really sure. And it looks, by looking at the second baseman there and the way he fielded that ball, I'm not so sure that sun setting behind us in the western sky did not give him a little bit of trouble there.
Either way, Beckett is aboard. Luke Sisson was tagged out on the play, so 1 on, 1 out for Logan Drummond. Gallia Academy leads here comfortably. Holcomb steps back, checks Camden. Camden says, nope, not going anywhere.
Holcomb is pretty diligent about keeping those base runners honest, as we've seen throughout the game.
Sisson, or Camden with the big lead over there. Ball low to Drummond.
Camden with a huge lead over there.
I don't think we're going to be stealing here, but you never know. Ball 2 low and away to Drummond. Well, where are you having dinner this evening? What's for supper, Matt?
Chris, I think tonight is a spaghetti
Ooh.
kind of night for my house. It's one of those, these late night ball games you've got to prep for.
Yeah, well, Friday night at the Delaney household is usually pizza night, just
Yeah.
about every Friday.
The pizza nights are when we don't have time to prep, and it's a quick trip through the drive-thru and
Yeah,
grab something.
we're just lazy at my house.
Well, we tend to be that way sometimes too.
Ball 4 taken by Drummond. That'll put him aboard, and they'll bring another substitution up. I believe, did he come in last inning?
Yeah,
Yep.
Champlin was playing at third base last inning.
So David Champlin batting here. He substituted in for Maddox Delaney in the top of the inning. So Champlin on to hit here. And Davey quickly turns on the ball and hits a deep fly ball. Couldn't see where it went, but that had quite a bit of carry on it, Matthew.
It was a good solid hit. Unfortunately, he was a little bit early on it and drove it down this left field line out of play.
So 1 strike count here to David Champlin as Heath comes out of the dugout. Caught my eye there. Camden off second, Drummond off first. 1 out here. Gallia Academy leading 11-0 in the bottom of the 4th inning. Holcomb deals. Ball taken outside, low and away. 1 ball, 1 strike here. David, another one of those guys, Matthew, you know as well as anybody. He's hadn't got a whole lot of time, but he's been able to step in and do a job when we need him. But it's hard to get into a rhythm in the batter's box, like we said.
Yeah, it is, and that's what we talk about often in our household is always be ready. And you hear professional athletes talk about that all the time. Guys that sit behind starters and just wait for your opportunity, always be ready. And I think it's when you're not in the starting lineup.
And that ball is lifted to center field. Center fielder coasts under it, can't make the play, so Beckett Camden will advance to third. And that's all he's going to do is advance to third. So the fly ball is not hauled in out there in center field, and that'll keep the inning rolling for Gallia Academy. They'll load the bases yet again for number 12, Brady Conley.
I think he's been in this position before.
Yeah, this is just a tough day for the Vinton County Vikings. They're just struggling to to do little things right, and it just makes for a long day.
It does, and it's very unfortunate for Vinton County. You know, it's a good-looking group of kids. You can tell by looking around the diamond at them. These are a bunch of athletes, well-conditioned kids, and we've been there. You know, they've just failed to do the small things tonight, and Gallia Academy's been able to capitalize on it. And to Vinton County, we would say, hey, you guys have all the talent. It's just clean up those small things. When you do the small things, the big things fall in place for you.
Well, it looks like they're going to bring a Channel back onto the mound to finish this one, or at least finish this inning, take over for this inning, we'll see. Something you see a lot of if, you know, a couple scenarios if a team doesn't have a whole lot of pitchers to use, or if it's the late in the season and you don't want to use a lot of innings on your ace, you may go back to a guy and let him throw 2 different times in one game. You don't see it a lot, but it is something in the rule book that you can do.
Yeah, and you know, every once in a while, you know, Channel didn't start out real well, but again, mechanically the kid looks good. Good solid thrower, and maybe he's had a couple innings to clear his head and can come back out here and execute now. So let's hope for him.
So Channel will inherit 3 runners here, or 2. I believe he just has 2 on here. David off of second. Oh,
Nope.
Correction. Drummond on second base, and David on first base, and Beckett over here at third for Brady Conley.
Tight spot to come into with bases loaded and 1 out. And so Channel's got a pretty big duty ahead of him here, but let's see what he can do.
He did strike out 2 batters earlier in his first appearance. So a no ball and 1 strike count, I believe, here to Brady Conley. Or is this his first at bat? I think this might be his first at bat.
I think so.
So that ball's in there for a strike. So way to get ahead there, coming in cold. And we touched on it the other day against Southern. A bunch of guys coming in when they were getting in trouble, and it's just hard for these guys to come in and throw 8 pitches. That ball is fouled off by Brady Conley. Get 8 pitches to warm up and come in and get guys out, and it's just a really tough ask for anybody.
Yeah, it is. It's especially, you know, with the bases loaded up and
that ball is popped up. Infield fly. Ball's dropped, but it's an out. So, and you see, Coach, that's why they have the infield fly. People don't understand the infield fly. If they don't have an infield fly rule and the bases are loaded, he can just let that ball drop, right?
Yep, absolutely, and then have the opportunity to double up several runners.
So that infield fly rule will be the second out of the inning, and that'll bring number 11, Nathan Shockey, to the plate. He takes the first pitch right down the heart of the plate, strike 1. Ball outside. So I guess the important question is with spaghetti, Matthew, ranch dressing or no?
No ranch dressing, but the obligatory garlic bread.
Garlic bread, garlic toast, obvious choice like you said. I'd like a little, sometimes I'll keep some ranch dressing just to dip it a little bit. Adds a little bit of zing to it. But my wife makes a fantastic spaghetti, so.
And you know, the great thing about spaghetti, Chris, is it's not a one-night meal.
Oh, no.
You make yourself plenty and you throw some more cheese on that, and pop it back in the oven tomorrow night, get that twice-baked spaghetti, and
I'll tell you, I'm not even against spaghetti sandwiches. That ball is lifted into right field. Looks like right fielder is coasting under it. Can't quite make the play. And Champlin will round third and will not score. So Coach Camden holds him at third. Again, that ball was lost in the sun.
yeah, it was. And I can turn right around behind us here and see that sun is setting low in the west, and there's no doubt that right side of the infield and outfield is struggling.
I think the right fielder actually has sunglasses on the top of his hat.
Yeah, well.
Might not be the hat doesn't need to block the sun, buddy. Put them on. But Logan Kinney steps into the box with 2 outs here. Nathan Shockey leading off first base. David Champlin off of third.
Chris, we got plenty of sunshine, but the bats are flying around here, and I'm not talking about the ones we're swinging.
Yeah, that's typical of this time of year. They see these guys out. They got to get a little chow time, too. Maybe just getting a little start.
We were talking about it earlier, the wildlife setting in here, and maybe these bats just want a little first-hand view of the baseball game.
Nothing wrong with that, as long as they pay their $7 like everybody else.
Well, they might be the child rate. We don't know. We can't judge that.
That ball is dribbled by Kinney to third. Nice play by the third baseman. It throws over to first, and a nice pick by the first baseman. One hop that throw. A really nice, smooth play there by the third baseman. He short hopped a little bit, but a nice play by Vinton County. So they get out of the inning. 3 runs on 4 hits for Gallia Academy. And after 4 complete innings, Gallia Academy leads 13-0, and we will be right back.
Looking for your next vehicle? Time to bring in Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram, your trusted dealership in Gallipolis, Ohio. Whether you're cruising the highways or tackling tough terrain, Braden has the perfect Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, or Ram for you. Visit us at 252 Upper River Road, Gallipolis, Ohio, or call 740-853-5668. Braden Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram, driving Gallipolis forward.
Did you know Jackson is home to a locally owned and operated full-service print shop? Zip Printing covers all your print, signage, and design needs. From business cards, booklets, and posters to yard signs, banners, screen-printed t-shirts, oversized signage, and more. We can help you or your business advertise and look good doing it. Zip Printing also offers logo design. Allow us to assist you in building or elevating your brand today. Zip Printing is located in the Stockmeister Plaza at 708 East Main Street in Jackson, Ohio. So stop in or give us a call at 740-286-3023.
You're watching Gallia Academy Sports, presented by Braden Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram of Gallipolis.
Oh, hi, everyone. Welcome back. Gallia Academy High School. Chris Delaney, Matthew Champlin on the call for you. Gallia Academy currently leading Vinton County 13-0, heading into the top of the 5th inning.
Gallia Academy coming up to the mound there, a little dipsy-do dunkaroo into the pitcher's glove, and we're ready to roll here, Chris.
Vinton County's going to have Oosley, Elliott, and Brown. This inning for Vinton County.
Delay a game penalty on Vinton County. The coach wasn't ready. He's not
That's
out here
okay.
on the third baseline, but
That's all right. We've seen Coach Camden and Coach Harris trotting around plenty of times mid-at-bat.
yeah,
so.
sometimes the coaching staff gets a little engaged between innings and loses track, and we understand that.
That ball is fouled back. A healthy cut there by Oosley.
Oosley's here to do business. That was a great swing.
The 0-1 from Champlin. Bounced in the dirt. So Champlin, I believe that was his 39th pitch. 26 strikes, sorry. So a 66% strike to ball ratio. You can't have a whole lot better than that.
Not a bad outing for the young man tonight.
That ball at the letters, taken for a strike. 1 ball, 2 strikes here to Oosley. As we mentioned, we had one substitution in the field. David Champlin over there at third base. Luke Sisson out in left field. That ball shorthanded. It looks like it came out funny, that pitch that time, Matt.
Yeah, I think so. I don't know if he got hung up there or what, but a couple in the dirt here. Hopefully he can rebound and recover.
So 3 balls and 1 strike here. I thought there was 2 strikes. Well, it was 2-2, but the scoreboard tells me 3-1. I'm going to look at Game Changer, and they tell me 2-2. That's what I'm going with.
You can usually count on Game Changer.
And that ball is fouled back by Oosley. Staying alive. A fan of the Bee Gees in there, maybe.
I was taking a pause there. I was expecting you to break out in song, Chris. I was going to let you roll with it.
Well, I'm not known for my singing, Matthew.
Well, that's okay.
If I'm known for it, it's known for not being a singer.
And
that ball is swung on in the dirt by Oosley. Gets away. But a nice play there by Reese Toller to block and hang on. So 1 down here in the Vinton County portion of the 5th inning. That will bring number 6, Elliott, the designated hitter, to the plate.
So I guess what you're saying, Chris, is when it comes to the term the talent, it's
not entirely.
Not the vocal talent.
No, sir. I have not gotten my ticket to Hollywood or whatever it is they used to get on American Idol. Ball's taken in there for a strike.
I don't know. You kind of look like a platinum ticket, American Idol type of guy.
The only ticket I were worried about was the golden ticket from Willy Wonka. That's the only ticket I wanted.
Get that free ride to the chocolate factory, right?
Call me Augustus, swimming in the chocolate river, Matthew. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out here, top of the 5th inning. Heath Champlin dealing to Mr. Elliott, the designated hitter. That ball is cut on and fouled back. 1 ball, 2 strikes. As I said earlier, Gallia Academy travels to Colgrove tomorrow in a conference game. That's a makeup game. They've been rained out a couple of times, I think. So we'll be heading there. That ball's inside. 2 balls, 2 strikes here. 2-2 count here. Champlin delivers. And just off the corner. 3 balls, 2 strikes here. And we've touched on it a couple times, Coach. This is one of those times late in the game. It's pretty much wrapped up. How do you keep your focus here?
This is one of those times where you've just got to dig deep, keep your focus going.
That ball's grounded to Camden and thrown over, and 2 down.
These are the times where you exercise the patience, don't start making mistakes, and you just play good fundamental ball.
You know, I was worried, Matthew. We hadn't had a sighting this evening, but there she is.
No. Robin Myers has been here, our team photographer, and I know everybody from Gallia Academy truly appreciates her. I know I swipe, steal, and swindle every picture she puts on Facebook. I
told her husband, Josh, I said she complains about me mentioning her, but somehow she always makes it over here for the broadcast, just getting her name out there. Just kidding. We appreciate everything you do, Robin.
And, Chris, we joke about that, but some of these parents that, I'm a big take pictures with my cell phone. I go home, blow them up, and they're all fuzzy. And we've got a great parents group within all of our athletic programs, and several of these parents that come out and take pictures. And instead of sitting there and watching their kids perform, they watch them through the lens. And with my daughter getting ready to graduate this year, I've looked back over a lot of those pictures, and they're pictures, but they're memories, which is more important. So truly appreciate people like Robin that come out here and take these photos for us.
So the 2-0 to Brown, swung on and missed, runs a count. 2 balls, 1 strike here. As I said, 2-1, 2 outs here, top of the 5th inning. Ball taken just low in the dirt. Ball 3.
Champlin's dug himself a little bit of a hole here. Let's see if he can work back out of it.
And that ball is popped up behind the plate. Reese Toller giving chase, but it's going to get out of play. So that'll run the count full. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs here. And I don't know if we've mentioned, I think we mentioned we always pick a player of the game when we win, of course. And I think we haven't quite decided unofficially. I know, Matt, you don't like picking whenever your children could be potential recipients of the imaginary award they receive. But
No, I like to refrain, so I'm going to put that obligation on you.
well, that ball is hit hard. Foster giving chase, can't quite make it, and throw into second. Got him.
What a throw by Foster.
Great throw, and unfortunately, I didn't say anything before that, but Heath was looking at a no-hitter until that pitch right there.
Well, you know, Chris, you'll have that.
So Vinton County's coach is out here arguing the call. I don't think it's going to matter much. I believe he was out. But that'll do it here from Gallia Academy High School for the game anyway. We're looking at a final of Gallia Academy 13, Vinton County 0. They're lining up, shaking hands. We're going to step back and take a look at the numbers and do a post-game recap and an interview here in just a minute. We'll be right back.
Looking for your next vehicle? Time to bring in Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram, your trusted dealership in Gallipolis, Ohio. Whether you're cruising the highways or tackling tough terrain, Braden has the perfect Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, or Ram for you. Visit us at 252 Upper River Road, Gallipolis, Ohio, or call 740-853-5668. Braden Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram, driving Gallipolis forward.
Ready for a movie night? Head to Silver Screen 7 in Gallipolis. With 7 screens showcasing the latest blockbusters and fan favorites, there's something for everyone. Enjoy comfy seats, affordable tickets, and fresh, buttery popcorn that hits the spot. Located at 1284 Jackson Pike, it's your local destination for cinematic fun. Check showtimes and buy tickets at silverscreen7.com or follow us on Facebook. Silver Screen 7, where Gallipolis comes to watch.
Looking for your next vehicle? Time to bring in Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram, your trusted dealership in Gallipolis, Ohio. Whether you're cruising the highways or tackling tough terrain, Braden has the perfect Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, or Ram for you. Visit us at 252 Upper River Road, Gallipolis, Ohio, or call 740-853-5668. Braden Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram, driving Gallipolis forward.
Did you know Jackson is home to a locally owned and operated full-service print shop? Zip Printing covers all your print, signage, and design needs. From business cards, booklets, and posters to yard signs, banners, screen-printed t-shirts, oversized signage, and more. We can help you or your business advertise and look good doing it. Zip Printing also offers logo design. Allow us to assist you in building or elevating your brand today. Zip Printing is located in the Stockmeister Plaza at 708 East Main Street in Jackson, Ohio. So stop in or give us a call at 740-286-3023.
You're watching Gallia Academy Sports, presented by Braden Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram of Gallipolis.
Hello, everyone. Welcome back. Chris Delaney, Matt Champlin here on the call. Wrapping things up, the final tonight, Gallia Academy 13 and Vinton County 0 here. Just a quick recap of the statistics. I didn't want to jinx it, but Heath Champlin had 2 outs in the top of the 5th there, and he was looking at a no-hitter, and Vinton County got that base hit there. So we got him thrown out. Heath got the shutout, the complete game shutout, which is great, but just a touch away from that no-hitter. But that was the only hit that Vinton County had. They had no runs on 1 hit, and they had 6 errors, and that was really, Matt, that was really what buried them tonight.
Yeah, absolutely, Chris. We talked about that throughout the evening. Vinton County it looks like a great ball club, and looks a little bit young, but they've got some small things they need to clean up. I think the coaching staff looks like they're discussing that with them now. Clean those small errors up. We've seen that with the Gallia Academy club throughout the early part of the season, and clean those small things up and get back to work.
So real quick, we decided we'll do an offensive and a defensive player of the game. Beckett Camden went 3 for 4. He had 3 hits and I think 3 RBIs, so we'll take him for the offensive. And I know you hated to be a part of it because it's your son, and we know how you feel about conflicts of interest. But we're going to go ahead and pick Heath Champlin for the complete game shutout, 1 hitter. I didn't get his line entirely. 5 innings, 1 hit, 1 strikeout, and 1 base on ball. So we've talked about it a few times in the past. The Heath's not going to blow a lot of guys away, but he's going to throw a lot of strikes, and you saw that tonight.
Yeah, he's like we talked about Logan Drummond last game. He's an efficient pitcher. He does a good job of throwing strikes, letting them put the ball in play and letting the defense work for him.
So we've got them coming. Heath and Beckett are heading right over here. We're going to give them the headsets, and we're going to get them squared away and ask them a couple questions here, guys. Here you go. Come over here, Heath. Right here. I'll take that. There's your headset. All right, guys. Thanks for having us. Beckett, great job tonight. Heath,
Thank you.
I don't know if you knew it or not. You had a no-hitter before this ball dropped in there for Foster. Were you thinking about that? Did you know?
No, I had no clue. I just found out right after the game.
Well, we hit the ball, and I didn't want to say anything. I told your dad I was thinking about it, but I didn't say anything. But, you know, when you look at Vinton County, that lineup, they look pretty athletic. Now, what are you thinking about whenever you're trying to prepare yourself and then get into the flow of the game? How are things working for you today?
Really, I just try to warm up good, try to get in the flow of things, and whenever I get out there, the only thing I'm thinking is just do my job. I know I'm not the hardest thrower, but I just try to throw strikes.
Perfect. Beckett, you had a great game to play today. 3 for 4, 3 hits, 3 RBIs. How are you feeling today?
Well, I did not warm up the best, so I took extra swings in the hitting building, but after that first rip I had on the 5-6 ball, I was feeling good about myself.
Yeah. Great job today, guys. Is there anything that you'd like to add? And everybody, we always give these guys, is there something you'd like to say to your team going forward? Everybody's getting hot right now. We talked about in the broadcast, you guys are getting hot at the right time. The tournament's in about a week and a half. So what are you guys looking forward to doing the rest of the way? Becky, you're one of those veteran guys out there. What would you tell these guys? How can we prepare?
Well, I'd like to say that we have won, I think we are 7-2 in the last 2 weeks or something. But at our start of the season, we were playing some pretty good teams, and we would lose like by 2 runs or 1 run or that, and those are pretty tough teams. And I feel like we're getting hot right now, and we don't want to stop that. So like, I just want to always battle at the plate. That's like QABs are like what you want to get the pitcher frustrated and stuff, and draw walks and stuff like that. But I just think keep battling, make 1 error, make the next play.
All right.
Bounce back after that.
Heath, what about you?
I just tell somebody to keep working hard. I mean, I know we started off slow this season, but we've really got a hang of things, and I just want everybody to keep working hard, keep their heads up, and I think we'll be just fine.
Great. Well, thanks again for coming, guys. We'll wrap it up real quick. Matt Champlin, Chris Delaney here, Beckett Camden, and Heath Champlin, the players of the game, offensive player of the game and defensive player of the game. That's going to do it from here for us here at Gallia Academy. Final score today, Gallia Academy 13 and Vinton County zilch. Thanks for watching us. Like, share, and tell all your friends about the stream. Like I said, Gallia Academy's on the road tomorrow down at Coalgrove, so we won't be streaming that one. But next week, we'll be back in action here, I think Monday.
Monday. Yeah.
Monday. I'm not sure who we play, but we will be here Monday. And thanks, guys, for watching, and we'll see you next time.
Thanks for watching Gallia Academy Sports, presented by Braden Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram of Gallipolis.